Have you looked in the mirror lately and felt like something is just missing? Not a blemish, not dark circles, not tiredness from a bad night's sleep, something deeper, something in your eyes. Like the light that used to be there has quietly packed its bags and left, and you don't even know when it happened. You smile in photos, and the smile reaches your lips but not your eyes. You talk to people but feel like you're watching yourself from a distance. You go through your days, completing tasks, showing up for everyone, but inside you feel hollow, like a lamp with no electricity running through it. If you felt that, this video is for you. Assalamu alaikum, beautiful souls. Nobody really talks about why our eyes go empty. We talk about skincare, we talk about self-care routines, but we never connect the dots between our spiritual state and the light in our eyes. Your eyes are not just a physical feature, they are the windows to your soul. And when your soul is struggling, disconnected, or spiritually starved, it shows up first in your eyes. Today, I want to share 7 reasons why your eyes may have lost their light. These are things I've personally experienced, things I've watched happen to the women around me. Let's talk about it. The first reason: you stopped having real conversations with Allah, not just going through the motions of prayer, not just reciting words your tongue has memorized, but actually talking, actually connecting, actually showing up with your heart. I went through a period where I was praying every single day and still feeling completely empty. My body was bowing, but my mind was somewhere else. My heart was closed. I was performing, not connecting. In my video about feeling spiritually empty despite praying, I talked about this exact experience. Allah says in the Quran, "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." When we lose that genuine connection, that real honest conversation with Allah, our eyes go dim. Because the soul feeds on that connection, it was made for it. Start talking to Allah again, not just reciting, talking. Even if the words feel clumsy, that honesty is what ignites the light. The second reason: you've been swallowing your pain instead of processing it. Something happened to you, a betrayal, a loss, a version of your life that didn't work out. And instead of sitting with that pain, grieving it properly, you buried it. You smiled through it. You said you were fine. You kept moving because stopping felt dangerous. And now it's sitting behind your eyes, heavy and unresolved. That's what people see when they look at you and say you seem tired. Allah says, "And He found you lost and guided you." Allah already knows every ache in your chest. You don't have to perform okayness for Him. Give yourself permission to grieve what you lost. When you do, something shifts, and slowly the light starts returning to your eyes. The third reason: comparison has been quietly eating you alive. You open your phone, and within 30 seconds, you've seen someone's engagement photos, someone's dream apartment, someone's glowing skin. And you close the app feeling smaller than when you opened it. Comparison is one of the most silent, devastating thieves of inner light. It tricks your brain into believing you are behind, that you are less. Allah says, "And do not wish for that by which Allah has made some of you exceed others." Your life is not a competition. Your timeline was written specifically for you, by Allah who knows you better than you know yourself. Stop looking sideways and look up. That shift from comparison to trust in Allah is what brings the spark back into your eyes. The fourth reason: you've lost your sense of purpose. You wake up. You do the things you're supposed to do. You sleep, you repeat. But somewhere along the way, you stopped asking why. You stopped feeling like any of it meant something. And when life loses meaning, the eyes are the first place it shows. Allah says, "And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me." You are not here by accident. Your existence has weight. What you do with your days carries meaning beyond what you can see. What brought me back was intentionality, choosing one small thing each day that felt meaningful, helping someone, connecting with someone I loved, doing one thing that reminded me my life was not just filler between birth and death. Reconnecting with that truth, that Allah created you with purpose, changes everything, including what your eyes communicate to the world. The fifth reason: your body is running on empty. This one is physical but connected to everything spiritual. You're not sleeping. You're eating convenience food. You're skipping water. You're sitting in artificial light all day and wondering why you feel like a grey sky. Your body and your soul are not separate systems. They talk to each other constantly. When you neglect your body, your soul feels it. Allah says, indeed, Allah loves those who are constantly repentant and loves those who purify themselves. Taking care of this body Allah trusted you with is not vanity, it is responsibility. When I started treating my body with more gentleness, sleeping earlier, stepping outside in the morning light, drinking actual water, my eyes changed. A brightness came back that I hadn't seen in a long time. Your glow is not just spiritual, it's also deeply physical. Tend to both. The sixth reason, you've been people, pleasing yourself into invisibility. You've been so busy being what everyone else needs you to be that you've forgotten who you actually are. You say yes when you mean no. You shrink yourself in rooms where you feel too much. You mold and adjust and accommodate until there's no original shape left. And when you lose yourself like that, your eyes lose their spark. Because the spark comes from authenticity, from being someone Allah made intentionally, with specific gifts and a specific voice. Allah says, so do not lose heart and do not grieve. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to be a full person, not just a supporting character in everyone else's story. Stop disappearing for the comfort of others. The real you, the one Allah created, is worth showing up as every single day. The seventh reason, you stopped hoping. This is the deepest one, and I think it's the most common. Somewhere along the way, life disappointed you enough times that you stopped really hoping for things. You stopped letting yourself want too much. You stopped dreaming out loud because it felt safer to expect nothing. And hope is what makes eyes shine. It's what creates that light people notice from across the room. When I went through my hardest season, the one I mentioned in my video about the last nights of Ramadan, I genuinely could not picture a good future. I couldn't see past the pain I was in. But Allah says, so verily, with hardship comes ease. Verily, with hardship comes ease. Allah said it twice, not once. Twice, because He wanted you to be absolutely sure. Hope is not about certainty, it's about trust. Trust that the story isn't over. Trust that Allah, who created you, has not forgotten you. Trust that what looks like an ending might be the most important turning point of your life. When that trust returned in my heart, my eyes changed. People noticed before I did. Let yourself hope again, quietly, carefully, but genuinely. It is one of the most powerful things you can do for the light in your eyes. Your eyes are not empty because something is wrong with you. They are empty because your soul has been carrying too much, connecting too little, and running on spiritual fumes for too long. The light is not gone, it's waiting. It comes back when you reconnect with Allah, with yourself, with purpose, with hope. Fix what's happening inside and watch it show up in your eyes first. Tell me in the comments which one of these hit closest to home. If this resonated, share it with someone whose eyes you've noticed looking a little dimmer lately. They might need to hear this. Check out my other videos on dealing with anxiety, finding patience in suffering, focusing in prayer, and seeking the last nights of Ramadan. They all connect to this journey of reclaiming your light. May your eyes carry light, your heart carry peace, and your soul always remember who it belongs to. Assalamu alaikum.